My name is Rhapsody, and welcome back to Darkest Dungeon 2. We're heading into the Fator with a party that's fated to win. I hope. I mean, we're critting ridiculously consistently. I think we're doing well.
Grows unchecked and abhorrent.
Okay, so let's check our goal is avoiding the watchtower. Landing the killing blow on the Lair boss in the Fator with Major Sean here would be good. Although I won't bend all possible things to that end. I'm also looking for hero shrines as a high priority. I know there's one up near the end that I can get, and I can't take the cache down here or the Oblivion's Ingress. In fact, I can't do anything except for, or rather I can't go to the academic study, but if I go to the unknown, I do have to cut across to the hospital. Otherwise I end up on a deadline that takes me away from the hero shrine. I think my biggest priority should definitely be the hero shrine. Avoiding the watchtower is what would give me the work table loom, but I don't really care about the work table loom at all. However, this unknown could also just end up being a hero shrine, and I'd be pretty happy about that. So it looks like I theoretically could go to the lair, or a creature den, but not both. Hopefully one of the question marks also turns out to be a creature's den, so I can complete the mission for 3D also. For the moment, though.
Myriad options require careful deliberation.
Let's check out the road ahead. Uh-oh. Well, okay, we're gonna be destroying a lot of our wagon quite early on. Guess I'm not really too concerned about that. Oh, early order. I still have a bunch of baubles. I do indeed. Pile of ash for the runaway, no. Greater protectorate for extra healing, no. Extra max HP, no. Turn start. If stealthed, 50% chance to gain a crit token. This is the carved toy for the runaway. And apply on hit with Hearthlight, a 50% chance to give combo. But versus gaunts, you are slower. I really don't necessarily want that. And I don't want any of the rest of these either. Yep. Oh boy. How's my party relationships? They're all reasonably good. I could possibly benefit from buying playing cards here. I could also get some glimmers of hope. Try and keep the torch up. Sorrowful would be okay with that. Sure, I'm gonna take 2 more glimmers of hope. I'm gonna buy a playing cards.
Something to ease the rigors of the road.
Yeah, just those. And we can stack our torches on Sorrowful and then head out. Bit of a disappointing order.
Is exhausted. Trust your instincts.
Thankfully, I don't have a bunch of curses that I desperately wanted to remove there or anything like that. But I do have to go to the hospital anyway. So at the very least, the hospital is going to be 1 stress heal for everyone in the party. Also, a little bit more healing for Major Sean, who I can only imagine will be grateful. Yeah, it's the very quick destruction of the vehicle here that I don't love. Because I did unequip the wagon jack, right? Yes, I did. Oh. Just checking out the trinkets in the pharmacy. Don't really expect to want any of these. And I'm right, I don't. Thankfully, a couple of them do actually want to go to the assistance encounter, which I am going to be taking. And it averages out the stress on the party a little bit there. Ooh. 3D says to Major Sean, you're growing on me. They currently have a 100% relationship with one another. Actually, do you also have like a relationship with one? Yeah, they have a respectful relationship with one another. That's why I'm gonna include in my wedding vows. You know, we've been together through thick and thin, and I just really think you're growing on me. I think this could work out. Let's give this a chance. At the altar. Patricia. We trade off 5 of our torch and we reinforce our vehicle quite heavily. Or we can reinforce only one side of our vehicle, but get 30 torch. I'm gonna do that. Major Sean.
An elementary problem, is it not?
Yeah. It is.
Our once familiar kingdom, a stranger to itself.
As I didn't really have a choice for a lot of that early maneuvering of the map. I do now, though. I do now. I'd love to see one of the question marks just turn out to be a hero shrine, though. We got the invigorating stew! Woo! 3D, we can get by these louds, follow me. A way to escape without having to cause negative relationships. Interesting. That said, you can easily just have Trisha and, is it, no, Sorthil currently, set up a better relationship with one another. Ooh, okay, I can pop my first glimmer of hope, getting up to 99 on the torch. And sure. Especially because we have the Firefly, sorry, the Dragonfly follow-up there. Faint to black. Actually, I'm gonna go with the slice off on the Butcher. If that bleeds, and it did, that's a kill. So now it's just the dinner cart left on the field, I think? Well, let's retribute. We've got 2 party members with Dodge Plus tokens and 1 with Taunt. Oh, that's good. Should I battle ballad the orphan forward? That would give you, I mean, you already would have the ability to ransack. The dinner cart does have some bleed resistance. I almost wonder if blinding it might be a better idea here for us. We set up combo, we also do manage to set up the blind. I think I'm also gonna put Firestarter on our defender here, gaining a crit. I can also use just Crush to follow up here. 21 to 28 damage if it strikes. Ooh, man. Oh, but we do get a respectful follow-up. Which doesn't manage to bleed the enemy, but that's okay. We riposte for a bunch of damage. All these negative tokens, that's just more damage, baby. Sorthil, it is your time to shine. Crush those corpses. Remove your own stress. And also reveal the dinner cart to us.
Let us take a closer look at the thing, as repulsive as it is.
Okay, so it can't use Sickly Sweet from here, but it probably has another ability that I don't know yet. I do want to blind it again. .28 damage without a crit on the Man-at-Arms. Hey boy. Finish it off with a dragonfly,
Problems have
Patricia?
their solutions, even the big ones.
No great rewards, but we do clear some loathing.
Abates.
Actually, we cleared some loathing and gained some loathing at exactly the same rate there. Oh well. If I go to the Lair, I pick up loathing on the way, and then I get to fight the Lair, removing some loathing. Creatures down. I mean, do I need to do the Lair? No. Do I want to collect just all of the trophies? Because I can? Yes. Yeah, why not? Learning more about the fights?
Festers.
Actually, speaking of learning more about the fights, I should probably make sure that I don't put myself in an awful position
will
here.
Not be denied.
Yeah, I believe this party will still be very incredibly... Actually, maybe I even want to tag Backdraft on over Ransack. The main problem with this is how do I trigger Backdraft? Because I would need to get Patricia back to line 2. And if I'm not using Ransack, I don't really move forward. So that would be like a battle ballad setting that up. Battle ballad setting that up isn't bad though. Okay. Okay. And then maybe does that then demand that I change Trinket? No, not at all. Okay, good. Just making sure. I think we are going to be deeply comfortable in the Fatal fight. The real difficulty is going to be trying to make sure that Major Sean is the person who lands a killing blow. I'm going to give it a God's honest, though.
The landowner's manor. Do you hear the child's cries?
Got him. That was fun. Alright. I am going to Echoing March the Butcher.
Weaken them, that another may finish the work.
I could dragonfly my way backwards as well, actually. Actually, no. I'm going to go with Firestarter, and I'm going with Firestarter here because I know that both of the next actions are going to be single targets against our front line. Oh, baby. Ridiculous damage output there. Frontliner is already dead, and... Dang. Now I never need to make another aggressive action against an enemy here. So I'm just looking for stress recovery, and... That's it, stress recovery if I can get any. Do I maybe want to cauterize? Sure. There we go. That wasn't enough to increase our relationship or remove the stress, which is totally fair and makes sense. That'll probably...
is a lesson learned.
Unfortunately, that did not do anything about the stress there for us. That's fine. It's such a tiny little optimization we would actually get to make here. Love it. It's such a good opener. Wow, the Lord is really, really low on debuff and bleed resist, but really high on move resist, which would, Yeah, make it pretty difficult to really benefit from Echoing March much at all. I'm gonna use Fade to Black to try and take out the lady without the action of our Fire Starter.
Effective.
And now our Fire Starter uses Fire Starter. And of course that bad boy bellows. I'm gonna kill the other corpse intentionally here. Try and prevent the possibility that we get more stressed. Sure. 8 to 12. 12 is good enough damage. I'm gonna Battle Ballad forward our Grave Robber, Sorthil, so that I might be able to set up for another pirouette if we go long enough in this fight. Otherwise, it's crush time.
Stupendous.
And Smokescreen for extra blindness. Some vulnerability. Wait, did I have a dodge plus token and the enemy had blindness? So their chance to hit me was 12.5%, and they did, and also ridiculously well. That's just rude. I know I don't need to use the pirouette right now.
Excellent work.
Anyhow, 41 damage. Get him. Okay, so... Kitchen Knives. Weapon Noxious. If target is blighted, plus 15% crit, gain on crit heal 2, gain on blight resist, an extra action 20% of the time. Interesting. Harvest's Bounty, completely useless for us. Greater Hail Draft, probably not going to take that. Admittedly, I'm just doing this for the baubles and relics. That said, it's quite a bounty of them.
Pity those with a place at the table.
Let's light that torch up. I really think I probably want to open with the Poison Dart, but it's only doing 2 poison. Maybe I go with the Flashing Daggers actually instead, because I do want one of these meats to die. Maybe. Yeah.
Master stroke.
So Echoing March's ill effect on the enemy will bleed them when they move. And this enemy moves like twice a turn. I'm gonna risk giving them an earlier Maws of Life here in order to set up a lot of bleed over the course of the next couple of turns. I like the idea of blinding the enemy with a smoke screen right now as well. Firestarter is good. Yeah, Firestarter's good. Especially because I'm about to taunt. Ooh, selfish motivation! I can't be moved, which means that the people behind me who hunger will not be able to move forward and try and satisfy that hunger to their own detriment. Tantalizing tidbit, the enemy doesn't move themselves, or rather the enemy doesn't get moved by the echoing, but they do move themselves there. We built up some bleed. Certainly could be more. Smokescreen can reach the third line. I could also cauterize for a very large heal, but I don't think that's necessary right now. In fact, Smokescreen critical there makes it much less likely for the enemy to resist the debuff. And realistically, I should probably just Battle Ballad you back forward, Sora? Oh, you even got a crit token, so we're probably just going to throw a direct dagger next turn. Ooh, 23 to 30. Thump. Low roll down damage. Rude. Oh, incredible. Yep. This guy wasn't ready for it. Anyway, hero went away. 27 damage. Enemy does have death blow resistance. Fine. I'll manually test it. Guess what I forgot?
Still lingers in some of these well-worn relics.
Oh well. So I know I don't need Wagon Jack anymore. Probably not going to end up taking Wind Chime out. Nor the Trinket Organizer at this point. Harvest Bounty doesn't make any sort of sense. I do want to keep some additional trinkets that might be useful on a different person at a different time. Extra healing received from skills doesn't seem good. Eyes of the Void also doesn't seem particularly good. I've already got one invigorating stew, so I could get rid of all other foods, but I don't have any other foods. You know what? His rings is actually probably going to be a better tool in the final fight. Because 50% of the time I'm going to be critting. So if I use Poison Dart, and I've upgraded Poison Dart will crit for 8 by 5. That is 8 blight for 5 turns. Yeah, I will keep it exactly on that understanding. I've got extra burn resistance piercing here, which is why I'm actually able to connect with any of my burns, because otherwise I don't. Royal Summons isn't especially good for me either. I could totally see myself overloading that with something else. Probably not the Curing Cuppa, though. Can I see myself using Price of Pride? Admittedly, no. I want to keep Major Sean as they are. Reduce explosives. The fact that this can increase the stacking of explosives by 1 per stack is the reason possibly to keep it. But also, I'm not going to have enough explosives to worry about having multiple stacks. I made sure to use them with the Bounty Hunter earlier. Okay, no, I can get rid of the explosives magazine also. I could throw away 1 healing salve, but as soon as I end up looting some, I'm going to wish that I'd kept it. I am going to throw a crow's feet and a makeshift javelin, making enough space to...
A simple choice. At least it should be.
Trundle along here for a period of time comfortably.
They emptied their larders, gorging themselves as the world began to crumble.
Ah, hello,
The
Antiquarian.
Antiquarian wants what we have, and she will not be denied.
You're the sacrificial lamb, villager? Yeah, echoing march on the front line. Retribution setup as well. Everyone with their dodge plus or protection tokens, love to see it. I do kind of like the idea of using smokescreen to set up a removal of the enemy's block plus token. Ooh, or I could do that just by dragonflying myself away, and at the same rate also apply a bunch of burn. That seems slightly better, right? Yeah.
A lesson taught is a lesson learned.
I'm thinking I should probably work my way through a couple of these corpses and reveal the Antiquarian. The thrown dagger ignores dodge when we are stealthed, so we were able to get that hit comfortably and safely. And yeah, I think that's all that's going to be written about this one.
A calculated generosity, but a welcome one nonetheless.
Meet you on death's door. I don't know why the Antiquarian doesn't have a death blow there. Maybe it's, like, intentional? Maybe it means something? Celebrated Chalice. If relics in inventory are above 50, plus 4 speed. Baubles give you 10 crit. Good, but do I need it? It's a different question. Oh, man. I was really hoping for, like, at least a second hero shrine or something like that.
Giving into madness is easier than holding out against it. They are heroes.
I don't know if I want extra resources. Some mapping? Would mapping really help me make any decisions at this point? No, all of my decisions are pretty determinate at this. Alright, 3D! Improve your relationship with Sorathil, gain us some armor, and just a lick of torch.
Only the route you take to get there.
As we already had almost entirely a full torch, so didn't really benefit there. Alright, wait, was this wasn't... Is this a hero shrine before the hero shrine? It is! Second hero shrine! They said it couldn't happen.
Lamentably, there is no other choice.
They said it would never. Hmm. 3D, you need 2 more hero shrines. Major Sean, you need 1 more. I want to get... I should finish Major Sean's story.
Chapter 5. In the Trenches. He resolved to spend his remaining years seeking atonement in the trenches of bloody battlefields the world over. For him, there could be no respite from the horrors of war, and when at last he was struck down, he would die alone and unremembered. Surely, he deserved no better.
Makes the ending of his story that we saw in the final cinematic that much more impactful. Command. From any position to any position, cooldown of 1 gives a... I mean, this immediately makes me think of the leper. Gives a strength token and removes blindness. There's also strategic withdrawal from the front 2 to the enemy's front 2, and it moves us backwards. Interesting. Let's have a look at the upgraded versions of each of these as well. So strategic withdrawal would upgrade to increase our health while on death's door. Interesting. as well as provide a block plus and a speed token. That is a lot of... I mean, it's also increasing the damage and the crit rate. That's a huge amount of different things to pick up for a single upgrade there. And then command. Oh, it removes the cooldown from command. A little less cool, that one. Oh well. Next hero shrine. Let's see what 3D has.
Look ahead. A place to reflect, remember, and reconcile.
So we're still missing, like, solo and finale and stuff like that. Real crescendos. Just as it was meant to, the song loosed the leash of my inhibitions.
Chapter 4. A Dark Song.
And of course, we're actually going to have to succeed this challenge as well.
He unleashed his resentment upon instrument and crowd, playing the demoniac melody with unrestrained fury.
So we need to perfectly mirror the enemy, right? And we always mirror ourselves. So their front needs to be a quaver, we count. Then we have a semi-quaver against our beamed semi-quaver. A quaver against a quaver, and then a beam semi-quaver. So how would I just rotate the position of those two other notes? I don't really think I can. The problem here is that it feels like the correct play is nota cambiata multiple times here. Like on every other one until it becomes the correct form. One did immediately. And then I can force this to be the correct form by moving backwards. Play our first melody. But the song continues. Okay. I'm gonna change the back line. I'm really hoping for a quaver. I'm gonna have to do that again. And then move forward. Simple crescendo should get us perfectly in tune. And I think this is where I failed last time. I hope not to repeat that. So, changing... Oh boy. Not many of these are similar and lined up appropriately. Yeah, that's not what I want it to be. Unless I want to start just using notes for the backline. Because I was thinking if... Actually, I think I will do it again. If I can get this to a semi-quaver and then move back twice. Now we've got 3 things in tune. And now if I change the note behind me, as long as it's not the note it currently is, either it completes the thing for us, or I can move once, gaining 1 stress, and complete the melody myself. Those were people? Excuse me?
This was the song of the dead, and it had exacted a fitting tribute.
Finale. From any of the front 2 positions to any of the 4 enemy positions entirely, has a cooldown of 2, has plus 100% damage when the target has combo on them. For the self, it is daze, back 3, and also vulnerability. Let's have a look at the upgrade of that as well. It upgrades to significantly increase the low end of the damage, as well as the crit doubles. I mean, that's super cool, and legitimately, actually, doesn't seem awful to tag on here. Often 3D does end up in one of the front lines and would like an opportunity to move back. That said, I should try and make sure that playing solo doesn't screw me or anything like that. Nope, doesn't seem to. Yes, yes, we'll gain some loathing before we lose the loathing, before we gain some loathing, before we lose the loathing. That's darkestdungeon.exe, basically. Everyone wants to leave. Why? We can fight them instead. No, 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 you don't understand. We'll win. Oh, we actually did manage to resist the daze as well. Nice. Do I try and echoing march the dinner cart forward? I'm going to. Because it prevents the dragonfly from killing the second lady. But I'm also almost certainly going to do that anyway with my retribution action. And I might as well reveal the dinner cart to a DOT because it's going to be around on the field for a lot longer.
Malaise, measured and steady.
Okay. Okay. I can see how this differed from expectations.
A brilliant conclusion.
Let's make you a bit of a fire starter, buddy.
Anxiety foments insidious fears.
Good lord. That's a lot more stress than I thought could come out this quickly. I mean, I'm gonna elect to move backwards, hoping that I might get the opportunity to play a song to soothe the souls of my companion set.
In this weighty gloom, a spark.
Alas, no. It's not what happened. Get rid of the strong shackles, don't need them. I mean, I can probably get rid of the torch now. I wouldn't feel too bad about that. Pick up a smoke bomb instead, maybe even the smelling salts. I'll take the smoke bomb. Dropping the glimmer of hope. And I'm gonna throw the kitchen knives. They seem cool, but also not necessary. If I had a third trinket slot, oh boy, of course. But I only have 2. I don't think I'm running best in slots for a lot of people at the moment. Oblivion's rampart. Oh, a frontline altar, you say? Still managed to crit it. Oh, wow. I actually have Finale already set up! And a crit token as well. There you go.
Stroke.
That's a true Finale right there. You gave regen to the one that's not dying. Chump move, buddy. Chump move. I mean, realistically, the ult is already dead next round. Firestarter would set up crit, which would then set up more stress healing later. There's the Clarion Call. It removed a taunt token from us, I guess, because we were focused, as well as 2 of our buff tokens. Oh, that might explain why Clarion Call doesn't often hit
carefully, and you will discover its weaknesses.
The subject that I assume it would otherwise, because it might require that the target also has a buff that it can remove. That'd make a lot of sense, in fact. Start collecting some corpses.
In crisis, we can rely only upon each other.
Excellent. Dragonfly crits. No stress healing for the crit? Root. Set up another possible crit. We didn't, but it would have been nice. Contribution, just to be prepared. Hey! Crit token! Oh, that didn't de-stress anyone, and oh, no one's stressed enough to actually have the Inspiring Tune played to them at this point. That's a tragedy. Oh, there's another crit token though. Let's set up a smoke screen. Might as well not suffer any more effect from them. Misstep for extra max HP and lower damage. Exactly the kind of thing we don't want on this version of a Man-at-Arms.
The loathing abates.
I don't think I'm keeping the Greater Hail Draft either. Time for the final in. Ooh. It wouldn't allow me to get apples and cheese there. Thankfully, I don't need apples and cheese. I've got an invigorating stew ready for everyone.
The place is a little worse for wear, but familiar nonetheless.
Of course. Major Sean has now got the ability to apply and have burn applied to them, as well as sometimes skips their round, 5% of the time that is, to throw a firebomb. Hit in sand with Sorathil. When damaged, 15% chance to become blinded. Patricia has a bum leg, and 3D has bad digestion. Oof.
Your coach is laden. You can carry no more.
Let's see. We've got 5 mastery.
Spend what you can, for wealth no longer has meaning. if indeed it ever did.
We do have access to a greater sharpness charm. We've also got poetry for forming better relationships. Book of Bawdy Tale for some stress healing here too. Whiskey bottle for both at the same time. Let's have a look at our relationship statuses. Yeah. I mean, we can start off by playing cards, certainly. Fair enough. Rousing tunes also seems appropriate. Although Major Sean does now tuck it out like that. An invigorating stew as well. Restorative herbs, one for everyone, please. Wax inoculate, sure, let's give some disease resist to everyone as well. Maybe we should have done that earlier. Clarifying poultice for Major Sean. Sora, you absolutely do want to change your smoldering hymnal, I think. Yeah, just doing ridiculous blight seems an especially powerful tactic. 3D, I don't love your royal summons either. If we keep enough, I could see giving you the celebrated chalice. +4 speed and 10% crit. Certainly not bad.
Learn what can be taught, that you may stand just a little taller at the end.
So this is the second mountain boss. So the second mountain boss is Seething Sigh. Seething Sigh has 2 lungs on either side. And if I don't deal the appropriate damage to each of them, I get the appropriate damage dealt to me. So Patricia is going to be capable of setting up some stuff here via Backdraft. Why is Monster in front to have burn? Via Backdraft, I would be able to deal damage to the back using the burn on the mainline target that's set up with things like Dragonfly. So that didn't seem that bad. 3D Echoing March just doesn't seem to make any sort of sense going into here. Harvest wouldn't either. Slice off wood. Play out not so much also. Slice off and not harvest because both of the middle spaces are occupied with the same creature, so I might as well get the ability to add vulnerability. Strategic withdrawal doesn't seem appropriate here for us. Stand fast. Do I really need to stand fast? Not so much. We also don't really need to defend others at the table as much. Realistically, what I need to do is make sure that I have access to hot damage for the backline, as well as for the front. And I think between my character's abilities currently, I have that already covered. So Poison Dart definitely needs the up. Dead of Night's obviously not going to make any sense in the final fight. So Absinthe could be a nice save face tool instead. Obviously, Backdraft is going to have to get leveled up as well for Patricia. And that takes it to dealing 100% of its damage. Cauterize. I don't remember if this boss bleeds, but we do. It's also Controlled Burn. We can't prioritize attacking the boss. the entire time, though. Dragonfly, Firestarter. Backdrafts. I kind of want every tool, but I also know that's not possible. I think I probably have the best ones, even if Controlled Burn seems like it would be a really good way to set up for more backdrafts. Well, but how good is Dragonfly going to be at good setting up for that? Not especially. Finale has the ability to project damage to the back line in a way that we would like. Slice Off has an upgrade we want to. So yeah, that simplifies things. Now I only have one that I can even tag. So it's Absinthe or it's Cauterize. I'm going to tag Cauterize.
Your coach must be maintained if it is to carry you where you must go.
I mean, I don't want the extra slots over other things.
Reconfigure. Meet each challenge on its own terms.
So, does anyone want to hold just a straight up damage trinket? Nope. None of you. Actually, 3D, I also agonized over it for a period of time and then didn't do anything. I'm going to trade your Celebrated Chalice in. And now I would still like to improve the relationships in the party a bit. And de-stress people, so let's buy some poetry and some whiskey. So Sean, you only need one more relationship with 3D. There you go. Does 3 make... Yes, between 3D and Sorathil. 3 would have made a huge difference there, but unfortunately we got the -2 trigger instead. I'm not going to be getting more relics after we leave this area, so I don't really want to spend more than another 16. I can make Patricia and Major Sean very friendly, and I can make Major Sean and Sorathil very friendly. That's going to have to be good enough. That'll do. That'll do. That's 10% crit. Like, I do like Ghastly Gruel, but do I need it at all? No. What if I just got more crit? So the base crit for Slice Off is 10. And we have another 20 on top of that. Not bad at all. Not in the slightest. Checking for a final time if there's anything I could even slightly be moved towards or away from here. Nope. All right.
There is nothing for it now but to press on, come what may.
Wait a second. I just realized we're not actually going to be getting the speed because my relics are 50. They are not above 50.
Desire will never die.
Smokescreen heals 10%. Retribution, that's good.
Tried and tested. A bond to be counted on.
Pirouette setting up a strength token for Patricia is ridiculous. Yeah, Searing Strike and Harvest, 2 abilities I'm not going to be using. And Command and Echoing March, same. Oh well. They still have good relationships with one another, and that's good enough.
At last, the great ziggurat. Temple of failure and regret.
I think I'm pretty comfortable with everything that everyone's holding, so just let this one trundle on. I don't think I'm going to need more healing salves for the final fight. The ability to suddenly deal damage via something like a makeshift javelin I could see, though.
Behold, the infinite emptiness of the void.
Patricia says, light him up! Making the enemies vulnerable here on turn 1. Very dangerous thing for these enemies to be. There's my crit token.
Lethality writ large.
Yeah, huh? I can fly my way out of there for even more damage. And comfortably retribute. Where the world comes down, misses us. We hit back for 9. Lights out, buddy. I suppose I'll set up Firestarter. Just in case. And I can use Fade to Black to get out of here. Make sure that target doesn't get the ability to crit. Oh no, Bone Weaving! Still not a heal. Alright. And I'll use Dead of Night to kill the big corpse, so that we can all access the altar.
What is it then that gazes back so intently from the abyss?
Never mind, the altar killed itself, being the final unit on the board and near the front of the party. I believe I've seen it use that move once before. Maybe I should have known it was coming. Alas, I don't think it's too large of a differential that's really going to make for us at all.
Behold, the source of the stain, gateway to incomprehensible emptiness.
The seething sigh, stertorous avatar of ill-concealed rage.
This is the incorrect person to be moving first. Anyhow. Crit token, crit token. Oh, rude. I'm gonna use Smoke Bomb on Seething Sigh immediately, and then pirouette my way out of there. The enemy strikes out into Blind Rage and blinds us. I believe the right time for the Otherworldly Fragment is right now. Ooh, and now I have access to Backdraft. Neat. That said, obviously we don't start that yet. We're looking for something more along the lines of Firestarter and Retribution. I assume I missed on my strike back against the enemy there. Gain the Otherworldly Fragment, which manages to get it to bleed through. Sorry, to burn through. And I'm gonna Dragonfly my way out of here as well to continue increasing that burn. You're a tenacious one, says Sorathil in the back line. I mean, ooh, 26 damage finale. Does Backdraft need to be used? Yeah, Backdraft needs to be used from one of the front 2 positions. I think this is a legitimate move. Blind Rage comes out, doesn't manage to blind us, and we do manage to strike back. And with direct focus on the lung from Major Sean there, I get to free up the action of our Grave Robber in case a crit strikes, which it does. So now I get to throw the poison dagger and crit with it with his rings on.
The enemy
For a total of...
and wanes.
Unfortunately, some of the blight was resisted. Rude. Oh well. Alright, lung in the back line. So, backdraft is realistically the damage I mean to do to that. So I think I'm just going to continue with another poison dart. So backdraft for 25 damage, and we still get to keep all of the burn on the original target. It's not one of those removal effects. Excellent. Set up another retribution with our frontliner. Bunch of negative tokens on us. Well, quote-unquote negative. Hey! Wow, I'm actually going to get to use... what's it called? It has a name. I'm certain it has a name. Hold the line! Well, wait, do I... No. Yeah, I still have hold the line tagged for safety. Phew. Worried for a moment. Yeah, let's go with some stress recovery.
The howling mind.
As well as buffing the stress recovery. Oh, Pyromaniac, so I'm not even going to be able to move out of position. Deep breath, that's both of the lungs. Uh-oh. This will propose some difficulty. I suspect smoke screening the mainline target might actually be one of our more impactful moves here. It's just, I'm not going to be able to prevent at least one exaltation from coming out this round. Send a Battle Ballad into Pirouette away, taking out one of the lungs. And then 6 to 10? Is there any way that's enough? 6 to 12, that is. I don't think there's any way that actually is enough. Unfortunately, that lung's still full. So we see a dying light. And a sundering exaltation afterwards. That's a lot of stress. Turns out the man-at-arms would have stressed out without that song. No more burn on the seething sigh. Uh-oh. Let's start popping out some healing salves on appropriate characters.
A little help impeccably timed.
I'm gonna see if I can rock this stun on the seething sigh. Oh, thank heck, we do. So if I use the finale on the front lung... Nice. No, Major Sean! Don't melt down! Ugh. That could actually cause problems. Hope it doesn't. Oh well. Yeah, here's our crit token, so I can prevent the Sendering Exhalation by striking the backline lung. Oh man, Stop breathing with both lungs, will ya? It's really hard to deal with. Like, I'm not gonna be able to take out both of the lungs this round either. I'm gonna go for the poison dart instead. Managed to connect its entire burn. Let's also just make sure that the Man-at-Arms is still comfy. Oh, wow, I might not be able to take out either of the lungs here, which seems like a truly drastic circumstance. 50% chance to hit, but if I do hit, I will hit the lung enough. Missed.
Haste and carelessness, hallmarks of the unprepared.
Doesn't manage to move or stress us out. But here's the Sundering Exhaltation. Exhalation, sorry.
Sweat-soaked brows, unsteady stances. Exhaustion takes hold.
The 50% chance to... Neither of our 50s worked! I'm gonna try and use the smoke screen here to see if I can save myself from upcoming exhalation. I've gotta make sure that there's no DOT on our backliner there. Still out of position for using Finale. Oh, we do crit. Unfortunately, we don't manage to bleed. We just set up the vulnerability there. It's one blind move. Here's Hysteria. Oh god, and that means Sundering Exhalation is available.
This is no
Two of us
time
dodged,
to
though.
falter.
Stop deep breathing! I don't have enough actions to do.
Malaise, measured and steady.
Yeah. It's aggression time. Let's get him down to death's door. You don't heal, right? Let's set up a retribution. That'll do it.
Your fault was not in burying your furies, but in thinking they would accept such a fate.
I offer no truce with them. Resentment is purged. It's our second chapter complete.
The flame grows
game.
stronger.
And with it... Oh, the Lairs, of course, are huge for candle bonuses. That's another really good reason to do them. 113. It's going to be tremendously impactful as we have our setup at the start of the next episode for the ongoing Chapter 3, I believe, Obsession. Gonna have to find another successful strategy against the eyes that just stare us down. At the moment, though, my name's Rhapsody, the name of the game has been Darkest Dungeon 2. Top left is the series playlist with all my content of the game past, present, and future. YouTube recommendations down below. Stream past are the names of the people so generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays. And a Republic thank tier. And a special thanks this episode to Yannick. Hopefully you'll have been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you all next time.